He's dead weight. Leave him.
The guild caravan dissolved into the blizzard, leaving Tsubasa to the mercy of the storm.
I won't die like this, clawing at ice while they ride away.
Hours bled together. Hunger and cold stripped him of reason, until only a single thread of will remained. The blizzard shrieked, but Tsubasa no longer heard it. Only the cave ahead mattered. Before him lay Ryusei, the Eternal, the last ancient dragon, dead, yet its heart still shimmered with unnatural warmth.
If I die, it was for nothing. I have to live.
He tore through scales and flesh with his bare hands, driven by a hunger beyond survival.
Forgive me, Ancient One, but I will not end here.
He bit into the heart. Golden light erupted. When his eyes opened again, they were slit pupilled and burning gold. A torrent of alien memories surged into Tsubasa's skull. 10,000 years of battle, death, and conquest.
Thousands of battles, centuries of slaughter. I see them all, every blade and every death.
An ancient hunger rose within him, a will to dominate that was not his own. The dragon's instinct clawed at his identity.
I am Tsubasa. I will not be drowned in your memories.
He tore a fragment of dragon bone from the corpse. In his grip, it elongated and curved into a white blade, humming with power.
A dragon's fang for a hunter who refuses to die.
The blizzard outside shrieked, but the cave itself fell silent. Then, the wind recoiled, as if in fear. The storm clouds split. Moonlight fell on Tsubasa's face, glinting off his now permanently golden, slit-pupilled eyes. He was no longer the third-rate hunter left for dead. Something ancient now looked out from his gaze. Tsubasa descended from the mountain, sword in hand, into a world that suddenly felt far smaller than before. An ancient ruin yawned before him, a dungeon once meant for an A-rank squad. Tsubasa entered without hesitation.
My body knows exactly where to step, where to strike. These are not my memories, but they are my weapons.
He moved like a specter of war. Monsters fell in pieces, their patterns read 10 moves ahead. The dragon's combat memory flowed through his limbs.
Impossible. That technique. He was barely third-rate. What happened to him? Tsubasa, rejoin the guild. I'll make you my vice captain. Riches, fame, everything you were denied.
You left me to freeze. I don't need your scraps. I am not your pawn anymore.
You arrogant fool. That power will destroy you. And when it does, I'll be there to pick up the pieces.
Tsubasa did not look back. The guild leader's threat hung in the air, unanswered, but in the silence, his golden eyes flickered with a hunger not entirely his own. The dragon's instinct still gnawed. He wandered into the deep forest, a lone figure wrapped in an aura that screamed predator.
Stop! You reek of monster. I'll cut you down before you kill again.
Her form is flawless, but the dragon within screams to kill.
Tsubasa? That sword? Those eyes? What happened to you?
I survived. That's all. Put your swords down. I am not your enemy.
You are twisted, Tsubasa. But I need a hunter for a high-risk bounty. Work with me.
Fine, but I keep my secrets and you keep your distance.
An uneasy alliance formed. 2 hunters, each wary of the other's blade.
She watches me like a hawk. As she should. This power is a poison I can't explain.
But as they moved, a whisper coiled in Tsubasa's skull. Ancient, possessive. Trust no one. The dragon's voice. The bounty led them into a sunken arena swarming with feral golems, a trap meant to crush an entire squad.
Tsubasa, left flank. They're piling in faster than I can count.
Kill. Kill them all. The dragon's command drowns my own thoughts.
His pupils vanished into pure gold. The sword moved. Not his will, but 10,000 years of perfected slaughter.
Tsubasa, that's not you. Stop. You are tearing them apart like a beast.
The blackout broke. Tsubasa found himself kneeling among dismembered stone, no memory of the last 60 seconds.
You blacked out. You moved like something else had hijacked your body. What is happening to you?
Just exhaustion. I haven't slept since the mountain. It won't happen again. She doesn't believe me. And she shouldn't. If it happens again, I may not come back.
May stepped back, but her hand never left her sword. The alliance had just become a leash held over a sleeping dragon.
You are weak alone. Together, we could crush this world to dust.
That voice, it's not a memory, it's a presence. I have to understand.
He ransacked forgotten libraries, chasing whispers of dragon lore, older than human empires. A brittle scroll bore an ancient binding. The heart of the eternal dragon is a warrior's trial. Conquer its voice and ascend.
A trial, so the hunger is a challenge. I must prove I am worthy, not fight it.
Yes. Embrace me. Let my memories fill you, and we will become legend.
If this is a test of will, then I'll break it. I'll use every memory until the voice bends to me.
He left the library with a new fire, oblivious that the scroll's true warning had been torn away centuries ago.
Good. Feed me your battles, little host. Grow strong for me.
And so Tsubasa dove deeper into the sea of borrowed warfare, never guessing that the dragon was drinking his soul with every victory. Asahi's hunters cornered them in a derelict dungeon. 6 veterans armed with guild-forged steel.
Bring me Tsubasa alive. Kill the woman if she resists.
They're after you, not me. What did you do to make Asahi this desperate?
The hunters lunged. Tsubasa met them with a whirlwind of bone and fury, his eyes already bleeding gold.
More power. I can end them all with a single breath.
His sword curved in an arc. No human should know. The dragon's severance. It would have Bastek's severance. It would have bisected a kneeling hunter.
Tsubasa! Stop. He's already beaten. Look at me.
Her voice cut through the red haze. Tsubasa blinked, and the gold receded to a dangerous gleam.
We're leaving now. And when we're safe, you are going to tell me what that was.
But I don't know myself. Am I still the hunter, or am I becoming the dragon?
That night, fevered sleep dragged Tsubasa into a memory he had never accessed before. Ryusei, the Eternal, climbed beyond the clouds, and then folded his wings.
He's not fighting. He's smiling. Why would a dragon welcome death?
His body shattered the mountain peak, but his heart remained whole. A perfect, untouched vessel.
He didn't die in battle. It was a choice. The heart, he left it for someone to find. For me.
You are pale as snow. What did you see?
Ryusei killed himself. The heart, it's a trap. I am not a warrior inheriting power. I am a host.
Then we dig until we find the truth. There are ancient dragon sages in the western wastes. I'll cut a path if I have to.
But as they broke camp, Tsubasa felt the dragon's presence coil tighter, impatient, and no longer pretending to be a gift. Deep in the western wastes, Mei found the cliff-carved shrine, Ryusei's own memorial, abandoned for millennia. The walls told a story in living gold. A dragon's heart splitting, a human silhouette engulfed, a reborn beast rising.
It's not a trial. It's a rebirth ritual. He planned this across 10,000 years.
A final carving showed a clock of ancient scale, 60 marks, 30 already bled through with dragon fire.
The blackouts. Every time you use the memories, he takes more of you. How long until nothing's left?
30 days. Maybe less. I can feel him coiling in my bones.
He stood before the mural, dragon bones sword in hand. A war within him already begun.
Then I'll fight him where he lives, inside my own mind. The dragon gave me his memories. I'll use every last one to cut him down.
That's suicide. But if you go, I'll guard your body. Just don't make me kneel to a dragon wearing your face.
Outside the shrine, dusk bled into night. Tsubasa began to prepare, counting the beats of his own fading soul. Her palm cracked across his face, sharper than any blade. The sting cleared the fog.
Coward! You'd hand him victory without a fight? Where is the hunter who crawled through ice to survive?
She's right. I didn't survive the mountain to kneel now. I need the void severance. Ryusei's ultimate kill. If I use it in the mindscape.
He closed his eyes and dove into the sea of memories, hunting the perfect strike.
A blade that cuts nothing and everything. He used it to end a god.
The technique burned into his nerves, demanding every ounce of his focus to master.
If I master it, I can beat him at his own game.
Then, stop brooding and train. I'll stand guard.
Under the shrine's fading golden glow, Tsubasa began turning the dragon's own weapon against its soul. Days bled together in the shrine. Tsubasa moved through sword forms, older than empires, each repetition carving new scales onto his skin.
You are disappearing, Tsubasa. Every hour, you sound less like yourself.
I am still here. Let the scales come. They are just armor for what I must do.
Then his voice cracked, and Ryusei's tone bled through. You are a stubborn vessel.
Tsubasa, cling to your name.
Tsubasa, hunter, survivor, I am not his shadow.
He channeled the void's severance, and for one perfect instant, the blade erased the air between him and an imaginary enemy. Then his legs gave out. Mei caught him, his weight almost nothing, scales covering half his face.
Tomorrow night, I go in. The hourglass will be empty. One way or another, this ends.
Mei said nothing. She just drew her swords and faced the dark beyond the shrine. A sentinel for a battle she could not see. Tsubasa shut his eyes, and the world dissolved. His consciousness plunged into a sea of fractured memories.
A mortal dares challenge me in my own domain. You were born to be my vessel.
I am not your vessel. I am the hunter who will end your rebirth.
The duel erupted. Ryusei's strikes carried 10,000 years of precision. Every blow, a history lesson in slaughter.
His attacks are too fast. I am using his memories, but he knows every counter.
Pathetic. You've merely borrowed my shadow. You never understood the true depth of my power.
He's right. Everything I've done, he's seen before. But I can't give up. Mei is waiting.
He rose again, scales spreading across his arms, but his eyes still burning with human rage.
Good. Show me that stubborn spirit. It will make your despair all the sweeter.
A final flurry sent Tsubasa crashing into the shards of memory. Broken, but his fingers still curled around his blade.
Mei is still out there, guarding a body that's barely mine. I won't let her watch me die. I've been fighting as a copy, but to beat him, I have to be better than the original.
He plunged into the deepest memory. Ryusei as a youth, clumsy and fierce, learning the first cut that would one day sever a god.
He mastered the blade, but he never understood its heart. The cut isn't about destruction, it's about release.
He rose. The memory-forged sword in his hand began to hum, not with dragon fury, but with the stillness of absolute focus.
Void severance, the cut that ends everything, even yourself. This time, it will be perfect.
He moved, not as a hunter, not as a vessel, but as the one being in existence who had ever wielded Ryusei's soul with human will. The blade erased the space between them. No counter, no defense, only the perfects, only finished, only the perfect emptiness of the original strike, purified.
Impossible. That is not my cut. It's more. It's...
For the first time in 10,000 years, Ryusei the Eternal beheld a technique that did not belong to him, and he felt fear. The void severance cleaved through Ryusei's form, spider webs of light splitting the ancient dragon armor.
You have surpassed me. Not just the cut. You understood its soul.
He fell to one knee, not in death, but in acknowledgement, the first and last of his kind to bow.
Take them. All 10,000 years. They were always meant for a wielder, not a hoarder.
A torrent of golden light streamed from his chest, pure, untainted combat memory, no longer a trap.
They are not consuming me. They're settling like they found their home.
The fragments of soul that Ryusei had stolen returned, knitting Tsubasa's identity whole.
I sought rebirth through a host, but you've given me a better end. Witness.
The mindscape shattered like a glass kingdom, each shard a memory now belonging solely to Tsubasa. In the silence of his own soul, Tsubasa opened his eyes. No longer a hunter, but the dragon saint. On the cliff, Tsubasa's body stirred. Dawn bled gold across his skin as dragon scales receded into luminous armor.
The scales are gone, and the voice is silent.
His dragon-bone sword lay beside him, reforged by the union of souls into a gleaming blade that hummed with ancient peace.
Tsubasa, your eyes. They're not just dragon. There's still you in there. And the hourglass, it's gone.
I am still me. Just more. Ryusei left me his strength, not his hunger.
She pulled him into a fierce embrace, the weight of 30 days crashing into the dawn.
Don't you ever make me guard a corpse again, you stubborn dragon saint.
For the first time since the mountain, I can breathe without feeling the dragon's claws on my soul.
The dragon saint rose, and the western wastes whispered a new legend into the wind. As they descended the mountain, steel glinted across the path. Asahi and 24 guild hunters blocking the dawn.
There you are, monster. Did you think I'd let you walk away after humiliating me?
Tsubasa did not slow, did not reach for his sword. He simply walked, and the air itself bent around him.
Tsubasa, let me.
Number, this isn't a battle anymore. It's just an echo that hasn't learned to fade.
Asahi lunged with his spear, and the dragon saint's pressure shattered it in midair, shards raining down.
I am not your monster, Asahi. I am the dragon saint, and you are nothing to me now.
One by one, the hunters dropped their weapons and knelt, unable to defy the presence that walked among them. Asahi fell to his knees, the weight of his own insignificance crushing him more than any blade ever could. Without a backward glance, Tsubasa and Mei vanished into the dawn, leaving the old world in ashes and silence. The path ahead unrolled into a sun-drenched valley, a world neither had fought to enter before.
So what now, dragon saint? Do we hunt the deepest dungeons or carve our names into the sky?
We walk. We learn what Ryusei saw, 10,000 years of kingdoms rising and falling. He wasn't just a destroyer. He was a witness to everything, searching for someone worthy to carry the weight.
So he chose you. After all that loneliness, he finally found a mirror.
The dragon silhouette in the clouds seemed to nod, then drift apart, as if released.
No more thirst for blood, only the memory of 10,000 sunrises I can finally see.
He turned to Mei, and for the first time, the dragon saint's smile was purely human.
Come on! The sun's up, and the world is bigger than any dungeon.
And so the dragon saint walked into the morning, not as a hunter of monsters, but as a keeper of balance. They walked for days, no destination, just the rhythm of untold histories humming in Tsubasa's blood.
Ryusei watched empires burn and heroes fall, never interfering. I understand now, some truths are too vast for a single hand to hold.
So you'll just watch, like he did?
Number, he hoarded wisdom, I'll share it. He left a trap, I'll leave a path. I'll leave a path.
They came upon a village ravaged by a feral worm, a creature born of unguided rage, too like the dragon he once hosted. Without a word, he raised his blade, not to kill, but to calm. The worm, recognizing its ancestor's memory, knelt.
Not all power needs to crush. 10,000 years gave me the fury to destroy. One moment of mercy gives me the strength to save.
A keeper of balance, huh? You might actually be good at it.
And so the dragon saint's legend spread, not as a warrior of vengeance, but as the one who tamed 10 millennia of bloodshed with a human heart. Word of the dragon saint reached a mountain village where an ancient cult had seized control, demanding a human sacrifice to appease a worm they worshipped.
More dragon fear. They're about to burn someone because they think it'll keep a worm away.
Number, they misunderstand. Ryusei never demanded worship, only respect.
He raised his hand, not to strike, but to call. A deep thrum resonated from the mountain, and the worm descended, not as a destroyer, but as a listener.
Your ancestors knew. Dragons are not gods to be feared, but guardians to be understood. I carry their memory, and I say, let her go.
The cult leader's staff clattered to the stones. The worm bent its neck, and the villagers cut the ropes, weeping with relief.
You didn't even draw your sword. That's the kind of strength I am still learning.
It's the one lesson Ryusei learned too late. Power can silence, but only mercy can change a heart.
The dragon saint stayed until the pyre was dismantled, and the cult's lies were burned instead. Then he walked on, leaving a village reborn, and in every corner of the world, the stories grew. The dragon saint, who carried 10,000 years of rage, yet chose to heal. Weeks later, Tsubasa and Mei stood on the frozen pass where he had been left to die. The wind still howled, but it no longer felt like a sentence.
This is where Ryusei fell. and where I began to understand that his death was a gift wrapped in a trap.
Do you regret eating that heart?
Number. It nearly destroyed me, but it also gave me the power to save. Regret would be spitting on his memories.
They descended to the ice cave, where it had all begun. The dragon's bones, long since turned to stone, but a warmth still lingered.
Rest now, Ryusei. Your battles are remembered, but the war is over. I'll carry what you were, not what you became.
A soft glow answered, the last wisp of the ancient dragon's soul, finally at peace, dissolved into the light that now surrounded Tsubasa. When they emerged, the past seemed gentler. The storm that had once tried to kill him now only whispered respect.
So where does a dragon saint go after making peace with the past?
Wherever the road leads and wherever people need a keeper of balance. But first, let's find somewhere with warm food.
The village inn was a pocket of warmth in the frozen dusk, its hearth fire painting the wooden walls with amber light. They sat by the fire, bowls of stew cradled in their hands. For the first time, Tsubasa ate simply because he was hungry, not because he was surviving.
You've changed, Dragon Saint. The man who tore out a heart is now negotiating for extra bread.
The heart taught me that hunger and need are not the same. I'll never be that desperate again, but I'll always be grateful for warm bread.
The innkeeper, an old woman who had heard the rumors, stared at his golden eyes, but only ladled more stew into his bowl without a word.
This is what Ryusei never had. A quiet fire, a friend, a moment of peace. I won't waste it.
So, Keeper of Balance, what's the plan for tomorrow?
Tomorrow, we walk. The world still has shadows, but I am no longer afraid of my own.
Outside, snow fell in silence, blanketing the world in white. Inside, a dragon saint and a hunter sat as simply two travelers, and for the first time in 10,000 years, the ancient memories were quiet, not because they had faded, but because they had finally found rest. Morning came soft through the inn's frost-painted windows. The world outside hushed beneath a fresh blanket of snow.
A dragon saint who sleeps past sunrise? You are getting soft.
I've earned it. Come on. The road is waiting, and I want to feel the sun without armor for once.
They stepped onto the crisp snow, the village just beginning to stir. The cold bit gently, but Tsubasa met it with a breath, not a flinch.
Ryusei's memories used to feel like a war in my blood. Now they're just a map, a truce between centuries.
Then, let's see where the map leads. I am not done traveling, and you owe me a proper sword fight once you are back to full strength.
They walked on, not toward any dungeon or bounty, but simply forward. The phantom dragon in the clouds drifted silent and tame.
I am not a hunter anymore, not a vessel, just a man who carries 10,000 years and chooses to walk in peace.
His eyes reflected the morning, no longer feral, no longer trapped, simply present. The dragon saint had become exactly who he was meant to be, and as they dwindled into the endless white, the world stretched wide and open, a story not ending, but breathing.